welcome back to the workshop. First things first, we're gonna play a little game of Spot the Flag. Now, my workshop has a lot of flags, though I'm quite sure you've already noticed that. Here's another. Here's another. And here's one more. I have a friend from Texas visiting, and he seemed to think I didn't have enough flags. Frankly, I rather agree. Thank you, Blake. Blake studies at Texas A&M, and I think this is an awesome flag. I like Texas. I won't talk about university, but I still think this is an awesome flag, and I cannot wait to have this up. I think that spot's missing it, so we're gonna put up a flag real fast. I think that's all good. Do we have proper Texan approval? I also need to shuffle my press around. From all the power hammering when I was making the hammers, like, okay, here is square with the Sehindler. The press is like a full 10 degrees twisted and shuffled over this way.
Much better.
In yesterday's video, I filled this up with hammers and then filled it up with vinegar. Remind me never to be a fisherman.
So how much difference do I see on the surface? One is kind of red, and this is obviously beforehand. This hasn't been put in the vinegar. My main issue is how thick the scale is on the faces, and I don't know, nothing's chipping off of there. So I don't really know how well this has worked until I get onto the grinder, so that's where the proof of the pudding will be.
I'm gonna switch out this batch of hammers in the vinegar for some that haven't been inside the vinegar, and then I'm gonna start using a coarse 60 grit here on the flat pattern and start grinding some flat faces.
So I'm getting ready to change this belt. It's no longer being very aggressive. This is a 60 grit, and here's an idea of the finish that 60 grit is gonna give you. Here you can see how I grind my hammers. I grind all four sides, and then I take off the corners. This, of course, is a Brian Brazil-inspired grind for the faces, the flat faces of the hammers. And this is so that the hammer can be tilted this way, and this way, and that way, and this way, without making very aggressive marks, but also while being able to control very accurately the marks that you're putting in the metal and how your hammer, in this case acting as a fuller, is going to be moving the steel. As I'm grinding these, one of my big concerns is keeping things square. So as I grind it, you know, I could be having my hands like this, but certainly as I start it, I try and open up my hands, see if I'm square to the belt, and every side I'm checking to see that I'm not this way or that way, even on the diagonals. And every single one, as the faces get forged, the faces aren't forged perfectly. So I do need to keep making those adjustments as I go, trying to get it as perfect as possible. Now, on the 60 grit, before I'm on the 120 and I don't have the same stock removal rates available to me. Production work is tiring work. I've still got a massive amount of work to do on these hammers. I figured I'd try and answer some questions, go through some YouTube comments, but I didn't really see many questions, so to speak. However, some fantastic ideas came through, which was, for example, of how I was going to mount the hinges to the box itself. And after all your wonderful comments and people getting in touch with me with great suggestions, I've decided what I'm in fact going to try and do is I'm going to try and drill and tap from the bottom of the hinges
and then bolt from the inside of the box. Now this isn't set in stone. I don't know if this is exactly how I'm gonna go with it, but that's how I think the hinges are gonna be as much of a complement to the box as possible. So that's exciting, and I'd like to thank you all for coming up with these fantastic ideas in the comments. That's very good. I'm excited to see how the hinges go. So I'm gonna call that it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna leave 2 videos right here. I really hope that you check out at least one of them. This one here is a random video. This one here is the yesterday's video. Click on one of them, go watch another one, and please be sure to leave a like below. I'd love to hear your comments, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.